This is a very simple look to kind of layer on top of what you've already worn in the daily makeup. Sometimes I just have to revamp my look, and this is kind of the way I do it. I already had lipstick on, so you can see how I did that too. As my base, I'm using Painterly by MAC, and this is pretty much just going to be the eyelid color. I'm just putting an eyeshadow on top of it, but this is going to be perfect to make that white, like beige eyeshadow stand out more on my skin. This Wet n Wild eyeshadow palette is usually limited edition. It doesn't really come out too often. But the first color I'm using is that white beige color on my lids. There's a lot of drop down and fallout, so just ignore it on my nose. Now I'm using that beige kind of orange color, and I'm putting that on my crease just to blend out the colors a little bit more. Now I'm using the black in the same palette, and I'm using a tiny detail brush to pack on the color. I'm going to buff it out in a second, but first I'm just kind of placing the color because I don't want it to get muddy and blended out. Now this is the fluffy brush that I used earlier. I'm going to buff that black out just a little bit. Because I want the black to stand out a little bit more, I'm putting it on again and buffing it out very, very softly. With that black eyeshadow, I'm putting it underneath my lower lash line, and I'm placing it as my drop shadow. Soaking it out very, very lightly with a fluffier brush. Using Smolder Eyeliner Pencil by MAC, I'm going to draw a eyeliner along my lash line, and I'm being very careful with this. It does tug a little bit because it has a waxier formula than, let's say, the Milani Liquify eyeliners that I prefer, but I am taking my time with this. To fix those edges, I'm just using that black eyeshadow that I've been using before and rubbing it on top of the eyeliner that I already drew with the pencil. Using my L'Oreal concealer, I'm putting that underneath my eyes and then a really tiny strip on my nose and buffing it out with a Real Techniques small crease deluxe brush, I think it's called. Using my trusty True Match powder, I'm just brushing that over my face. And I had makeup on earlier in the day, and this is just kind of piling it on top. So just whenever you have to kind of revamp your makeup, just try the powder, and it usually will settle everything again so you can put contour and blush later. This is the e.l.f. contour palette, and I'm putting that on my beneath my cheekbones. This is the BH Cosmetics blush palette. I'm using these two pinks and mixing them together to create my blush. This limited edition MSF is Superb by MAC. I'm putting that on the tops of my cheekbones. Again, I already had mascara before, but sometimes you can still layer mascara if you didn't have a lot of layers. Another way to revamp your makeup is just by adding eyelashes or false eyelashes. But I think the mascara was just enough for my look. This is Snob by MAC, and it's very blue toned pink. On me, it looks a little bit, just looks kind of unusual on me. It doesn't look that great. So what I do to tone it down is I put a NYX soft cream color that has a more brownish orangey tone to it, and it kind of just made the color suitable to my skin. So that's the finished makeup. I hope you guys learned something new.